template tags. In this video, I'm going to introduce you to template tags, and you're going to love them. You will use template tags forever whenever you're developing WordPress. You're going to dream in template tags, eat in template tags. You're going to name your first child something really meaningful, but middle name template tags. What are template tags? They are key to WordPress. Let me show you one that will fix our CSS problem that we have here. Well, this sure does look bad, right? What's the problem? The CSS is missing. How do I know that? Well, maybe I've been doing this for a while and I can spot this. So what about you coming to this page, having this problem? How do you debug this? Debugging is a key skill of developing. What could you do to get to the conclusion that the CSS isn't working or that something isn't working correctly? Well, one really powerful debugging tool that you have is view page source. I can click view page source and look at the code here. And one thing I see is that when I click on these links here, they should show me the CSS of the page, but instead it just kind of like refreshes and nothing happens. So that's one way to do it. Another way, if I wanted to, is I could inspect in the Chrome browser, which is where you want to be. I could inspect and it will open up the inspector. And I can go to console and it will show me all these things are failing. Main.css not found, something's bad. As well as sources, it's trying to find this, and I should see the code here, but I don't. So long story short, I'm doing some testing by using the inspector and by using the view page source and not seeing anything. What is the problem? Well, the problem is that once we put our template on WordPress, this is no longer the directory path. This is not the directory path anymore. It's an important lesson. This will come up again and again and again. Where is the directory path? Well, let me show you. Check this out. I already brought it up. This is what we should be seeing. This is the CSS as it is linked there. And check out where it is. It's on my domain, right? My domain. And it's in the WP content folder, in the themes folder, in the Katsu code CSS main.css. That should ring a bell because that's exactly where you put it. If you check this, and maybe you have to pause, but look where you're putting it on the template, on the HTTP. If we go back, just watch. If we go back, this is the root of your project. This is the domain root. And within here, you can see we have WP content. And so we're going into this folder here. We did that. And we actually, I went in the wrong place. Go back. Went in here, and then we went into themes, and then we went into our theme, and then we went into CSS, and that is where this is. So take a second to pause if you need to kind of look at this and let this, like graze over you. But our stuff is no longer traditionally where it would be, which is, it's no longer here, right? That's not where it is. It's actually within these other folders that are somewhat invisible in the background, but that's where it is, okay? So what that brings us to is when we are coding here, we can no longer write this. We have to write this, don't do this, but we have to write this, just watch, this full thingamadeal here, right? Like this. This would be correct. This would work. The only problem with this is that if I write this for everything, let's imagine that at one point in the future, I change my domain, right? Now this is hard-coded here and it's really sloppy, right? Or let's say I want to change the theme name to dog zoo code. I don't know. It makes it really permanent. So instead of including this full absolute path here, which is what that's called, what we can do is we can use a template tag, and the template tag will represent this here. And what that looks like, and I'm gonna do it and then you're gonna copy, so just watch. What that looks like, instead of having all this code here, we just add this template tag here. And the first time you do this, it may be kind of funny, but you'll get used to it. So you add these PHP tags because we're gonna use some dynamic PHP language here. And we're gonna write Bloginfo like this, and these parentheses, and we're gonna write template directory like that. And we wanna put the semicolon there. So this is our template tag here. I'll put one down below if you want to copy it or take a look at it. But this is what we need here. And this will represent this full theme, and it's much neater and reusable, which is really good. So let's give that a try. I'm going to keep this here, this template directory like this. I'm going to save it, and let's upload that and see if it has an effect. So what I want to do is take my file locally, the one I just updated, right? So I just updated the index. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to very carefully replace by dragging into CyberDuck. And I want you to do that. Notice that it's saying, hey, do you want to overwrite this? And I'm saying, yeah, continue. Cool. And so now it should have overwritten it. And when I come here and go to our page and refresh, boom. Now all of that CSS is being included. Pretty awesome, right? So take a second, rewind this video if you need to go back through it and follow those steps. I know it was a lot, but look at replacing this template tag here, and also we'll do it for our normalize as well. The other CSS, we have two CSS files, and be careful, right? We're gonna need that there. It needs to exactly work like this here. And when you now go to, if we were to upload that, and if we now go to view page source, you should see it actually prints out the entire path for us. Remember, we only have this template directory here, but it prints out the whole thing for you. And that's pretty sweet. And as if I were to upload this one, it would print this out for me as well. So go ahead and do that, and I'll see you in the next video.